This is not your typical podcast.
Get ready for bold conversations with world changers.
Led by two unstoppable hosts with Down syndrome. The Audrey
And Jeremy Show!
Today, we sit down with Amy Neufeld, a licensed marriage and family therapist. And, fun fact, our friend Jordan's mom.
We've known Amy since we are kids, but this was our first time really diving into her journey from being a teacher to becoming a therapist and starting her own private practice, House of Thrive. She also runs an amazing online community called Unscripted Sanity, so definitely stick around to hear all about them. Hi everybody, this is our next episode. It's with Amy Neufeld.
Hi.
This is our friend, and she's also a therapist.
Hi, guys. It's good to be here today.
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
So if you guys who don't know Amy Neufeld, she is mom, she's a therapist, and she's also a teacher. So we are going to talk to her about her job.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And thank you. I do have many roles. I still feel like I wear them all. I'm in many roles. Still a mom, still a therapist, and still a teacher.
So my first question is, as a teacher, what are the few courses that you like to take for the student senior class?
Okay, so my first job, before I was even a mom, was a teacher. And I taught elementary school, and I was the teacher. I had a general education classroom, and I was the teacher that invited all of the students with disabilities in my room to also be a part of my class. So after I taught for many years of both typical students and students with disabilities, I became a mom. So I decided to put teaching on hold and be a full-time mom. And then wouldn't you know it, one of my twins came to me with special needs. So I had 3 boys, and you know Jordan. Jordan has Down syndrome, just like you two do. And so the role of mom also brought me into the world of people with disabilities, just like teaching did. And then after being a mom for a while, I decided I wanted to work again outside the home, and I became a therapist, of which I found myself also working with people with special needs.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really fun, actually. It is cool, Jeremy. I have a good time. All 3 jobs, I don't know which one would come first. I like them all.
If you had to pick one, what would that be?
Well, my son is here, so I guess I should say mom. I'm really enjoying being a therapist a lot. I'm sort of putting together my teaching hat and my therapist hat and sort of doing both in my sessions.
Yeah.
So my question, I know you are a teacher and a therapist and a mom. Is it, how you can handle 3 jobs at once?
Well, right now I have 2 major jobs, still a mom, 2 adult kids, but always a mom, right? And being a therapist takes up a lot of my time because I always want to stay in kind of what's going on and what's new. So I do a lot of learning instead of teaching. I'm doing a lot of learning now. And in my sessions, I'm both teaching people how to be their best selves, how to manage their feelings, how to deal with change. And I decided as a therapist that I was going to not just work with typical people, but also have a place in my office, in my private practice, where I worked with people with disabilities. That was really important to me.
I heard that you like to work with kids with disabilities. How do you talk to them about helping with their emotions? Because they show it in like different ways, and I honestly sometimes don't understand what they're trying to say.
Sure. Yeah, really good question. So working with people with special needs was really important to me that I do that. One was, learning when my kids were young, they went through a really big life change, and their parents, me and their dad, got a divorce. And that's a really big life change and you feel a lot of big feelings with that. And so I knew right away, let me get all 3 boys into therapy so that they could learn how to manage these big feelings, right? Jordan also went with his brothers, and the therapist came out and said, look, I don't know how specifically to work with your son. And so that day I decided, hey, and she was great. She really was a good therapist. She just didn't know exactly how to connect with my son, with Jordan. So I made a promise to myself that when I opened up my private practice, I would work with people with special needs because they go through life changes just like everybody else, right? Aside from any diagnosis somebody would have, autism or Down syndrome, they're human first. And humans go through a lot of big feelings when change happens in their life. So when I'm working with somebody with disabilities, it is sometimes hard, like you said, to communicate, right? You even said that it's sometimes hard to understand what somebody is feeling, some of your peers, or what they're trying to express. So that's something that I have to my knowledge of working with people with disabilities with my knowledge of being a good therapist, I have to kind of combine those and make sure that I am able to connect. I can be the best therapist in the world, but if I'm not able to relate and connect with you, we won't get anywhere.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool. My question is it hard to work with, not hard to work with, but with people with disabilities, how they can show, I know they are having difficult times with behaving.
Sure.
And do you handle their clients with Down syndrome or whatever in a way that how they can behave in a classroom?
Sure. So when I was teaching, which was now some time ago, when I was teaching, there were a lot of behaviors that would come up. And I will tell with all the kids, behavior is just a way for us to communicate how we feel. It's just an expression of feeling. So when you have somebody that is behaving in a way that's pretty difficult, as a therapist now, I get to look at them and say, I wonder what they're trying to tell me. And so it's my job to help them communicate. I had a client that has autism. I have a client that has autism. And this client, in our first sessions, just like I said before, the most important thing is to be able to relate to somebody and to be able to build that trust. So this client comes in and doesn't really want to talk. And this client's behavior was not doing anything. And in a place where we're supposed to talk and I'm supposed to help get them somewhere in terms of their emotions, and weren't showing me anything. So this one client loves numbers. So I knew that going in. So this is what this first session, for real, looked and sounded like. Me, 27. Client, 4. Me, 433. Client, 2. We just sat there and exchanged numbers for a good 5 minutes, which is a long time when you're just throwing numbers at each other. Then that went to, I'm going to tell you a number, and I put a feeling chart next to her with different facial expressions. I'm going to say a number with a feeling, and I want you to point to one of the faces that you think I'm feeling. So why don't you guys try and guess right now? 43.
Mean?
Yeah, mean, sure. Mad, angry, upset.
Sad?
Sure. Well, if I did this one, 12.
He sounds like upset.
Yeah. So that's how we got to sort of start expressing emotions. So, Jeremy, to your point, and Audrey, you were asking before, how is it working with people with disabilities? How could that be different? That's an example of how it's different. I have to meet them where they are so that I can help them start to express how they feel and manage it. And that same client, just the other week, we started having a conversation, and she was telling me how she cries and sometimes she doesn't know why. And so we went from just saying numbers back and forth to her telling me that. It's a pretty neat thing.
Well, that sounds like a great progress.
Yeah.
That's good.
With somebody who doesn't show any emotions, like, for example, like me, I don't show a lot of emotions in my face. how if somebody has go through the same way I'm feeling right now, what kind of advice would you give them?
That is, first, I want to commend you on being so self-aware, really able to look at yourself and know who you are and know how you put yourself out in the world. Really important. So what I would do is first ask the client, I would ask you, is it important for you? Is there a change or a goal that you have? Is there something that you want to do differently? And if so, we would work towards that goal. The other thing I would work with is how to express how you feel. Because when we're talking about people in relationships, of which all humans want to be, it's healthy for them to be in relationships, friends or parent to child or boss, you'll be in relationships your whole life. Mm-hmm. It's really important to be able to communicate, and not just with words, but with feeling too. So we would do things like charades, or like what I just showed you, practicing, because if we don't practice, we won't know how to do it. We want to practice feelings. And so that's what we would do. I have tons of games in my office that we would play, not just like board or card games, but also darts or charades or different ways to practice feeling feelings.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because sometimes, like, sharing a feeling is a biggest for somebody like that. Because when I went through, I know how I feel, and I know how to start if I start to cry, and I also can handle that. Mm-hmm. When I have a lot of my friends, teachers, parents out there to help me out, it's contagious.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you bring something up, Jeremy. Feeling your feelings is important, and how we show them differs, right? You have feelings, you show them differently than maybe Jeremy shows his feelings. And so we have to honor that everybody gets to show them differently. I think the important thing, though, is to experience the feeling. And it's a lot of fun to feel like joy and excitement and happiness.
Yeah.
All feelings are temporary, so we're not always going to feel joy. We're not always going to feel sadness or anger. They change all the time.
Yeah.
What we tend to do as humans, with disabilities or not, we tend to shy away and not want to feel the hard ones or the uncomfortable ones. Mm-hmm. What's an uncomfortable feeling for you?
Jimmy, do you have anything?
I'm trying to think of one in
I
my
know
head.
for me, it's really uncomfortable to be disappointed. Anger isn't that fun either.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that one's uncomfortable.
Because you have to cuss a lot if you're that angry.
Sure,
Yeah.
and people tend to not be able to manage that one as much.
Mm-hmm.
Jealousy is really hard. I don't love that feeling, that one. That one's difficult to manage. One thing that we do, Jeremy, in order to help people feel, because a lot of times, like I said, we want to push those feelings away, and we think that is doing good because then we don't have to feel them. But the real secret to letting a feeling go and not being in that uncomfortable feeling is to actually feel it. You'd think just not thinking about it makes it go away. The opposite is true. So letting yourself feel it makes the feeling go away. We do a really fun activity at my office, and it's experiencing an uncomfortable feeling, and we use ice. So open your hands. Pretend I'm going to put an ice cube in the palm of your hand. In the ice cube is written on a piece of rubber, a little rubber band, an uncomfortable feeling. So which uncomfortable feeling is in your ice cube?
Embarrassment.
Oh my gosh, I hate that one too. Okay, so embarrassment is a little uncomfortable for me. Now close your hand. And Jeremy, what's in yours?
Stress, actually.
What is it? Stress. Oh, that's a biggie too. Yeah. So stress is in the middle of your ice cube. Jeremy, close your hand around your ice cube. And mine is going to be disappointment. And so what we do is we hold on to that ice cube. How good is that going to feel when you're holding on to a frozen piece of ice?
Cold.
Cold. It's going to hurt. You want to let it go, right? we're going to keep holding it until we think we can't hold it anymore. And then what we're going to do while we're holding it is we're going to talk about that feeling. And we're going to tell a story about when we felt that way, or what helped us when we felt that way, or why we felt that way. And then in the middle of the table, we're all going to put our hands in a nice warm bath, nice warm water, and we're going to open up our hand. And then what's going to happen to the ice?
It's going to melt.
It's going to melt away. A lot of the melting was done while we were talking and holding on to it, right? And
Yeah.
then the feeling is going to float away. So by feeling that uncomfortable feeling and talking about it, we were able to release it. So those are the kinds of things we do in the office. Instead of just talking, we're able to really do fun things and play with our feelings a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. I want to talk about you being a mom for a second.
My favorite. Okay.
I heard that, well, we all know Jordan is a really nice kid.
Thank you.
When he shows emotions that doesn't normally happen to him yet until it does, how would you give him any advice?
So
if
as
he did?
Yeah, you bring up a really neat point, because my 3 boys, I don't know how much they love having their mom as a therapist. Sometimes it's a lot. So, but yes, he, just like you sometimes, has a little bit of a difficulty showing what he's feeling. Instead, it comes out a little bit in behaviors. So when he was really young, people just thought he was not behaving. Well, really, he was trying to feel something and didn't necessarily know how. So as a mom, I have to be very careful not to slip into therapist and just be his mom. A lot of what Jordan has taught me, and my other 2 boys, is to just be there and listen. The best thing I can do as a mom is let them be and listen to them and let them know I'm here for them. When those behaviors come out, let's say Jordan was feeling something big and he wanted to run away, or he got angry and he wanted to sort of throw something, I would be calm with him. I would show him calm. I would let him know, I do let him know, I'm not going anywhere. He's not in trouble for feeling the big feeling. Now how are we going to show it?
Really?
Yeah, when I was little, as a teenager, it was a lot of different things. And I show a lot of bad
behaviors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was probably, you would show a lot of behaviors, and then what would happen?
Then I probably explode.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have behaviors, we have thoughts, we have feelings, and they're all sort of connected, right? And so you were probably feeling a lot, and that was one way for you to get it out.
The way I got it out is, it was talking, like
Sure.
using words and telling my mom what I wanted. And by the time, I was never in trouble for anything. I'm not gonna say I'm the lucky one, but all my siblings are great too.
Yeah.
And they helped me a lot. When I was a teenager, my brother was there when he helped me through, not school, but he helped me.
With homework?
No, that was my sister. My sister does my homework, but she helped me learn how to do it on my own.
Sure.
And my brother is the opposite of me.
You have a good support system, huh?
I do.
Yeah. You
I
have a
definitely
good family too, right?
I
It's
do.
Really important. Yeah.
When I normally get in those behaviors, one time I think I pulled something a little bit too extreme.
You did.
Oh boy.
I got my first grounded. I was grounded for my first time. I think I was mad or jealous or something. And I accidentally stabbed my brother's iPad with a Sharpie.
Sure. That's an expression of anger
And,
if I've heard any. Yep.
My mom found out and then she grounded me.
Yeah.
But at the time, I don't know if I was in high school or like the age or like between middle school and high school when I expressed it. It was when my house was like really old and needed to be refixed, that's
That
what
time.
around
Yeah.
that time that happened.
Well, I applaud your mom because boundaries are really important. And I have found in all of the work that I've done with people with disabilities that sometimes parents don't have really good boundaries, right? Rules or ways that you are allowed to treat people. And they sort of don't. And so I don't put that boundary up and say, no, you're not allowed to do that. And I think that it is really important because, look, like I said before, you're humans before your diagnosis. And so you need boundaries just like everybody does.
Yeah.
Oh, and if my brother and my family hear this,
Okay.
yes, it was me. Sorry that I did it, but I still love you.
Way to own it. Good job. Excellent. I love it. I think it's important, though, relationships, right? As I was saying before, one of the things that we crave as humans is a sense of belonging. So we really want to be with people. And I saw you look over at Audrey right there. And learning how to be in a relationship is important. So I work with people with disabilities. I do marriage counseling and I help them through because remember, all people go through big life changes and marriage is a big life change and people need to sometimes get support and help when they're learning how to be together.
Yeah. My other question is, well, basically what you just said about marriage.
Yeah.
I heard that me and Jimmy both want to get married, and I think we need counseling. So,
Yeah.
are you gonna offer that with
I
me
can
in this relationship?
absolutely offer you really wonderful support and help in learning how to be an even better couple than you are. Yeah, it's
Because I would like to have that.
great.
Me too.
Excellent. Yep, I'm yours.
Sweet.
Okay, that just made that easier.
Yeah. My question about friendship. Is it important for people with all intellectual disabilities to have friends?
Okay. Let's just talk for a second. Keeping our minds and our bodies healthy. What's important? What's important in order for me to stay alive? What do I need?
Food, water, and air.
Great. What I put into my body, those three are very important to stay alive, right? They keep me healthy, they keep my body healthy, and eating the right things can also keep my mind sharp and healthy. What else is important aside from what we put in food?
Friendship.
Friendships are important, yeah. What else is important?
Well, relationships.
That'll go under friendships.
Marriage.
Excellent. Belonging and being with people.
Communicating with others.
Absolutely. I have 4 main categories. You mentioned the first one, that was what we put into our bodies, food, water, that kind of stuff. Exercise.
Oh.
Yep.
Gotta exercise
The
our
one thing I
bodies,
forgot
right?
to
We gotta
mention.
move. We
Yeah,
gotta
I
get
was gonna
out
say
there.
that.
Yeah. Sleep is another one. Without sleep,
Oh,
forget
yeah,
it.
without sleep, but nothing.
Exactly. I don't function well. I do function well in little sleep. I shouldn't. Sleep is really important. That's when
Oh,
we
yeah.
get a brain wash. You know how you take your car to get a car wash? Your
Oh,
brain actually
yeah.
gets a brain wash when it sleeps. Very important for your mind and your body to sleep. The 4th category is what you said, is socialization. If you were to rank in order, the most important to the least between, we'll just call it food, like food, healthy choices in eating, sleeping, exercise, and socialization, what would you think was the most important?
Being a human.
Okay, to be a functional
Yeah.
human, do you think sleep is more important, food is more important?
Well, sleep definitely.
You think sleep?
I think sleep
Would be the
one
first?
of them,
Yeah,
and then food.
okay.
Because I just heard this little fun fact about that. If you don't eat food for a week,
Yeah,
you basically is starving yourself.
yeah, you need food to live, for sure.
So you would definitely need food. Water has H2O, so it has oxygen and hydrogen, which is healthy. Like Fiji water. Fiji water is also good for you.
Are they a sponsor?
Well,
I'm
no,
just kidding.
but I did like to mention that, by the way.
You know what, Audrey? I think you kind of having this conversation like, well, that one's important and that one's important. It's hard to decide because I would put them all at a tie for first.
Yeah.
I mentioned before our sense of belonging, needing to be with people. That's real. What happens in our body, I'll just do another fun activity that we do in House of Thrive, which is my private practice. Have you guys ever made slime?
Yes.
Yes.
Me and my sister like to make it all the time.
Totally. See how you just even your posture, your body, you lit up. Slime is just fun. I am old and I love making slime.
It's fun. It's really
so
fun.
much fun and it's fun to play with. We did an activity, we just mentioned these 4 things that are really important, right?
Yeah.
One of the reasons why belonging is so important, when we feel like we belong and when we're with somebody, we get this little shot of medicine that we make in our bodies called oxytocin, and it's the medicine, if you will, a chemical that we release when we feel like we belong or when we're touched by humans, right?
Yeah.
We get this release of this thing that helps us feel good, like eating the best chocolate brownie, if you like chocolate brownies, I happen to, in the world. It feels really good when we get that. So friendship is super important. We made this slime to represent these 4, I call it get your dose every day. So it's dopamine, it's oxytocin, it's serotonin, and it's endorphins. And we get endorphins like through running, and that's like, it makes you pain-free almost when you get your heart rate up for going for a long time, running for a long time. Serotonin is a good mood stabilizer. It just keeps your mood level. Dopamine is something where, like, if you get a dopamine hit, that's kind of like somebody giving you a high five, a feel good. So one way that in the office that I helped people, this workshop that I did, remember the 4 important kind of medicines that we get released in our body was to make slime. We made an oxytocin slime, and in it we put little heart glitters to remember that we want to be in a relationship. In the dopamine slime, we put gold star glitters in it to remember, like, to set a goal and check it off. So there's little fun ways to experience, and while we're making the slime, we get to talk about it and why dopamine is important and how we can get dopamine ourselves to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun stuff.
I like those activities.
That's great.
Yeah.
My next question, who can be part of House of Thrives?
Who can come to me?
Yeah.
Okay, I work a lot with kids, ranging everywhere right now. My youngest is 5, all the way on up to young adults, right? I have a 22-year-old, and I work a lot with parents. And, the kids can come to me, and we can really work through a lot of feelings and what to do.
Yeah.
But it's a system, right? So they belong to a group. So I don't just want to look at one part in that group. I want to look at the whole group together. And that's why I work very closely with a lot of the parents. And of course, amongst all of those kids, some have disabilities and some don't.
Yeah.
When you work with parents, do you like to talk about their kids? Mm-hmm. And like tell them like how the parents can also help their kids with emotions?
Yeah, absolutely. It is the one job we don't really get training for, right? So there are classes I could take, but you can be a parent without doing anything. You can't drive a car without learning how to drive a car and taking a test, and then somebody gives you a license and says, okay, now you're allowed to drive a car. There needs to be support, right, in parenting. And when things get hard, a lot of times our emotions go up. And so giving parents the support helps them be the best parents they can be, which helps the kids be the best kids they can be.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Amy?
Yes.
These are a lot of great things about you so far. What has been your favorite job? Being like a mom or being a teacher or is it being a therapist?
I will tell you, the teacher and the therapist contribute to me being the best mom. I use those 2 things to make me the best mom. I'm very lucky in that every job I have had, I love. I love being a therapist. I really liked being a teacher and creating lessons and working with kids. And there isn't anything better out there than being a mom.
Also, this is my second to last question, so Jim can go after this.
Okay.
Do your kids like you as a mom, or as a mom being a therapist?
Yeah, I would say if I had to answer for them, I would bet that they would say they hate it, love it. It sometimes can get a lot when a mom is always wanting to talk this out. But at the same time, they appreciate probably the fact that I don't just explode with feeling. So I think it's helpful, but I also think it probably, just like all moms, can get a little annoying.
Yeah, I can see why my mom gets annoying when I try to talk to her.
It's part of the job.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I never get annoyed with my mom. My mom and I got a great connection
Right,
together.
I'll have to ask Lisa what she's doing.
Oh, God.
Take some advice from her.
Oh, God. My question is, what types of workshops that you guys do?
Well, some of them I mentioned to you, some of the types of things we do in the workshops. My two biggest ones, I would say, that a lot of people sign up for are something called DFF, which is drama-free friendships, helping people navigate, like I said, help them manage friendships. And usually around middle school, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, friendships can get a little bit difficult because they're learning. That's at the point where they're sort of learning more, wanting to be with their friends more than their parents. But as we know, relationships can get tricky. And so learning how to be the friend you want to be and learning how to choose the friends you want to be around is important. So I hold a lot of DFF workshops. And the other one that's really popular is my executive functioning workshops, but we don't call it that. We call it Masters of Mind Control. And so it works with learning how to manage your time, working with memory, how to keep schedules, all of that. But of course, we do it in a lot of fun, playful, game type ways.
Yeah.
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 That's cool.
Thanks.
When me and Jimmy have friendships that we have with our friends, can we talk to you about that drama too?
Yeah, it is. You know what? At every age and stage, it can get really sticky. I have an adult client who is in her 40s that comes in, typical adult in her 40s. She had some major friend drama, and we worked it out
Oh, good.
on how she can be a better friend and choose wisely too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Feels like we both need that.
Yeah,
at this
everybody, I
point.
think.
Everybody
sure.
needs it.
Yeah. Okay, so
All right, now
let's
for the
get
fun.
to the fun part of the podcast.
Woohoo.
We heard that you have a son named Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Does Jordan want to come down and join us?
Jordan, you want to come over?
I would love it.
Come on, Jordan.
Come
this
on
is fun.
in. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Trust me, it is.
Yeah, positive.
You got it, dude.
It's okay.
I mean, we are twinning. All right, I gotcha.
Okay, this is great. So I'm going to pick out the first question for both of you guys, for all of us to answer.
Yeah.
Is what is your goal for this year?
That's a
Yeah.
light question, huh?
Yeah. For this year, for my goal is you can help me about this.
Help you out? Well, how about I
Yeah.
share my goal?
Yeah.
I'm going
So
to
your
do, I'm actually, so that I get that dopamine boost, I'm going to come up with just a small goal so that I know I can check it off.
Okay.
Although it's a little challenging for me, I'm going to make sure I drink 1 full glass of water
Okay.
as many days in a week as I can.
Okay.
So I'm going to drink more water is my goal.
Okay. I guess I would do the same as my goal to you, Mom. That drinking so much water maybe for a day, so that'd be amazing. For
You're going to
me.
drink a lot more water
I'm
too?
drinking a lot more water.
Okay, great.
And I know my.
We may as well do the same, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, good.
Okay, my tiny little goal would be to have more dance skills. because I'm a dancer and I like to learn different styles and stuff. So I think I would like to learn a little bit more.
Very fun.
That's good.
Excellent.
And for me, it's staying fit.
Yeah.
Staying
So-
fit.
Staying fit.
Yeah.
Good.
Excellent.
Eating good.
I love it.
Would you, person sitting next to me, pick
Oh.
up the next question?
It was hit it for me. Wow. What is your favorite thing about your mom?
Wow.
How much time do we have?
Okay. Mom, don't worry about this.
Okay.
Okay. My favorite thing about you, well, I known you for too long since I was born. Well, my favorite would be like my first favorite thing about my mom is you always take care of me and my two brothers and for my fun activities like rat camp or like the mom conference and does some rocks and all that stuff, and that's my first favorite thing about my mom.
Oh, thanks. I like doing those activities for you. Thanks.
Sure.
How about you, Amy?
My favorite thing about me or him?
No, you.
My favorite thing about me?
Yeah.
Man.
My favorite, I think I will say the best quality. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm really happy that I have patience so that I can sit and be and just be really patient and then non-judgmental. I love those two things about me.
If I had to say something nice to my mom, I would say thank you for being my mom. I know I'm the most difficult kid in my family that you ever have to take care of me. I still love you, even though you still like to push my buttons to this day.
To be honest, I wish my mom was here.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I want to tell one thing I like about her is her dedication,
Yeah.
her hard work, how she can help me with social security, help me go through my community activities, especially the one I most love is this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish my mom was here because she would probably say the same thing about her too. She is incredible. She's undeniable love.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love you, Mom. Wish you were here.
Should be here.
I wish, but actually, I'll be alright.
Y'all can see you later, though.
I hope so.
Right?
I'm gonna be your.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the night.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So, thank you, Amy and Jordan, for coming.
thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was a blast. You guys are doing great, and I really appreciate you having this podcast so that we can help everybody understand all that goes into the three of you, your world and what it's like, and people that you come in contact with, and how everybody out there is doing so much that not a lot of people know about.
Yeah, we're all pretty
Yeah.
great people, right, Jordan?
Right. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's
Super.
that's awesome.
Yeah. So, thank you for being here.
Thank you, guys.
And thank you for telling us all the fun jobs you're doing.
You are welcome, and I guess it's just bye for now, because
Yeah.
I'll see you a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Bye,
you.
guys.
All right.
All right.
And we're done.
Good job.
If you'd like to reach out to Amy for help with your special person, you can email her directly at amy@myhouseofthrive.com. And be sure to follow her on Instagram and TikTok at Unscripted Sanity.